What's going on, though, fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys have been doing well. For today's video, going to be covering Bitcoin as well as for Ethereum. I did expect and told you guys yesterday, look, expect a retracement down to that 4K level. Looks like we're not there just yet, but it's looking really good because liquidations are actually finally heating up. We had $500 million in liquidations, and I am still expecting on Friday more than likely 750 million plus in liquidations. Massive volatility on the charts, as well as for liquidations on heat maps. Getting a lot of liquidations getting built up there, and it's looking really good because a lot of late longers and late shorters are about to get destroyed, in my opinion. And once again, like, Friday is a massive inflection point, in my opinion. We're having a massive day for the charts because Powell is actually speaking on Friday, so I do expect massive volatility and more than likely a local bottom to be put in place for Bitcoin as well as Ethereum and our other altcoin bags. But without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So everything that I say in this video, do not take into fact because I'm just relaying what I see on the charts, just relaying my opinion, so please do not listen because I am not a financial advisor. But let's get right into it. Liquidations, $500 million today, quite a bit. We had a bit of an uptick. It has been 40% over our previous video, which is really good to see, and I'm expecting massive volatility to increase for the remainder of these next few days, especially on Friday. Liquidation heat map, we finally took that liquidity down below us, and it's really looking like max pain is to the upside. We do have quite a bit of liquidations getting built up below us, and I still do think that 110k will be tagged more than likely on Friday. And if that gets tagged, I'm more than likely going to be on the bullish side where the local bottom will probably be in, and more than likely we're going to see massive relief for our altcoins. For the Ethereum liquidation heat map, we're actually having a lot of liquidations getting built above us, if not more than Bitcoin. But when it comes to below us, there's not much left. I still do think the $4,000 level will get tagged if Bitcoin hits that 110k level, which is perfectly fine because when it comes to the price charts, it looks like a clear point to actually retrace from. So of course, 4.1k to the 4k level has been a major resistance in the past. I've told you guys so many times, and it's super healthy to actually retest that level. So that retest level is exactly around the $4,010 region, and if we do tag that, more than likely the bottom will be in place. Of course, wicking below is perfectly fine, but I do not want to see weekly closes below because that just means this is actually more than likely a deviation, which is obviously quite bearish for our Ethereum and base native token assets, because if this is a deviation, more than likely we're heading way lower than we are currently right now. Next up is the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. Same thing, we're just grinding lower. And just something to note though, just note that I'm actually on the 12-hour time frame. If you're wondering what these lines are, this is actually the RSI momentum. And I've noticed really a lot of charts on the 12-hour are actually getting ready to bottom out, and more than likely Friday will be that inflection point where we actually touch the bottom. So of course, if we go down to the Friday level and then bounce from there, it really gives me a lot of confluence where a lot of these charts are actually putting in massive bottoms. And if I go back to the 12-hour chart for Ethereum as well, like look right here, like it really looks like Friday we're gonna tag that green line, as well as Toshi. Like Toshi's actually doing the same thing. Let me go to that 12-hour time frame, and it's really just doing the same thing as well. So we're just making higher lows on the RSI, on the 12-hour RSI. Looks like Toshi wants to make one slight marginal lower low, and then we can make our way to the upside, and that might just give us enough breathing room to, once we actually break out of this bearish divergence Toshi has been in since May, we can have a massive breakout to the upside and actually have a multiple billion-dollar run to the upside. Next up is the 12 hours chart. Same thing as well. Like what I've been noticing is on the 12-hour charts, it really looks like a bottom wants to be put in place for a lot of these charts. And for the total 3 at least, it sort of makes sense to me because if we have a massive flush to the downside, we're going to tag that most likely. And that will just give me a lot of confluence. A lot of these charts are actually putting in massive bottoms. And let's just hope Friday is the day, because when it comes to significance and just pretty much an excuse of why we are going to dump, more than likely it's going to be Powell speaking. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to assume Powell is going to hint that there will be a rate cut for September, because of course right now as it stands there's a lot of selling going into Friday. People actually are scared that the Fed might not actually do a rate cut, but I'm leaning on the side that there will be a rate cut and Powell will actually hint that, and that might just be the bottom put in place, because once the bears are completely done selling on Friday, there will be seller exhaustion. And really, if Powell actually hints a rate cut, I do expect the front running to occur, which will more than likely mean a massive green candle for that day and that run to the 150k level like I've been saying. I still do expect green August to occur, as well as a green September. Next up is Toshi. So Toshi analysis, I already did some analysis earlier, but basically as it stands, I do expect a marginal low for Toshi to occur within the next 72 hours. Maybe the 0.006 level, if not the high fives. Let's see how we go around that. It's basically just dependent where this 12-hour RSI hits the bottom line. Because I do think once that trend line is tagged, just like the other charts have been saying, more than likely the bottom is put in place. And even if the bottom isn't put in place, it's probably a really good spot to actually accumulate. So of course, if you don't have enough Toshi, that is going to be a really strong spot. Because personally, when it comes to risk to reward and what the trend has been for Toshi at least, this trend has been put in place since April of this year. It's just a lot of data points to show. It's going to be the 4th touch ever of this year. And that just tells me there's a lot of confluence, and obviously just showing you guys, and I'm obviously repeating myself so many times, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of these charts, the total 3, are just showing a lot of confluence with this 12-hour spot. And this just tells me Friday will be that bottoming process. And we're going to be bottoming out and making new waves to upside for next week as well as the end of August. Next up is altcoin season charts. And I've told you guys already, we want to see breakouts because breakouts will tell us altcoin season is to come. Technically, it's a lower high. We definitely want to break above his previous high because that just tells me the trend is to the upside. And I did show you guys previously, we're currently in a bull flag looking for continuation. This is actually looking like a retest to me, so nothing bearish to say here. It's looking like we're just going to continue up for the remainder of the month. So we just need patience. Let's wait and see for that bottoming process to occur this Friday. And next up as well, super important, the crypto fear and greed index. We've finally got a fear print today. And as you guys can see, every time we had a fear print, we've actually had a local bottom to occur. So if I go back to the 21st of June on Bitcoin at least, so let me go to Bitcoin. 21st of June was our last time we actually printed a fearful day. And 21st of June is just around here. Let me just find it. So yeah, so 21st of June was basically this local low here. And that just tells me more than likely within the next few days, we're probably going to have more fearful prints, especially on Friday. And we do expect a massive candle to the upside. I'm hoping it's a V-shaped reversal because that would just tell me there is massive seller exhaustion and a leg up is imminent. But nonetheless, nothing has been confirmed as of yet. I'm just showing you guys what I'm expecting. And let's see how we go because, of course, power could absolutely nuke the charts. And depending on what he says, it will really veer that. But I'm expecting market makers will get a lot of selling exhaustion to occur. Because in my eyes, the plan has been set. Seller exhaustion is going to occur within the next few days. And the fear and greed actually fully resetting shows me that is just about to happen. Next up is a very informative tweet by Highblock. So we are finally seeing the bid-ask ratio of spot 10% depth flipping positive. The last 3 occurrences have marked a significant local bottom. We also saw liquidity being swept, but something to be aware of that there is a growing liquidity level in the 111 to 111.2 cluster. So like I've been saying, I do expect Bitcoin to hit that 110 to 111k level within the next few days. I'm not too sure about the 106 to 100k. That might just be a wick and not a close, but let's see where we go in that. Because when it comes to the 106k level, Ethereum will more than likely break below that 4k level. And I did tell you I don't want to see closes below. So let's hope that isn't the case. But of course, when it comes to this guy's charts, they look amazing because it just tells me pain is to the upside. And we're really just closer to a bottom than a top as it stands right now. And once power speaks and the certainty is back in the markets, I do expect that bounce to occur. And we can just front run the idea. Look, it's really looking like Powell is actually going to announce that more than likely rate cuts will occur. And if I go to the CME group website, look, the odds of actually a rate cut occurring currently as it stands is, what is it? It's about 85% as it stands. So, of course, this can get changed completely after Friday, but I do expect this to be well into the 90% plus after Friday, and that will just confirm the markets. So, look, a rate cut is happening, and the front running of the rate cuts is going to occur, and more than likely, new highs will be put in place for August, more than likely all-time highs, and that run to 150k, in my opinion. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions. That's all to the video. Have a good one. Have a good day. Peace.